Yes, YouTube, bro, what's going on, man? Just feel like I gotta get this message out. And it's to do with what's going on in the world, the shift, the big shift that we can all feel. We all know what's happening. Some people want to deny and ignore and avoid, but the reality is we ain't really got time for that. That's the reality, and that's the message that I'm trying to get out today. We ain't got time for that. Time's running out. And I know we've been hearing that for how long, through lots of different sources. We've been hearing that through religions, we've been hearing it through spiritual teachers, and you can feel it. You know that the time's running out. You know that the way the world has been running, it can't just continue because it's not. It's not in alignment. It's not the way it's meant to be. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's all manipulated. It's all illusions. We're all attaching to things that are not real. Like, yeah, everything is real. Like, whatever you see has energy within it. But we forget that, and we start thinking that these tangible things are real, when really it's the energy that's within it that's real. See what I'm saying? This is my body. I'm living in this body. This is my physical body. But this is not me. This is just my vehicle for this lifetime. The energy that's within me is my life force. That's who I really am. That's where my characteristics lay. That's my life purpose is in there. And I come with that into this body. This body is my vehicle to travel around, same like a car. You see what I'm saying? So when we start getting attached to people's physical and start getting attached to things that's not real, it's an illusion. It's only for this little journey. When we die, we leave this body and we transcend, we move on, and we ascend to higher jet dimensions, or depending on what we're doing, we stay in the third dimension and create a worse hell than what we already knew. Because it's all what's in your heart. You see what I'm saying? The heart makes the decision. The heart has a direct connection with the divine. And even though we're all gonna make mistakes in this reality, in this three dimension. We're never all gonna be perfect. And even if we're now getting to a place where you feel like you found yourself and you're in alignment, I'm sure at some point in your life you was out of alignment and you was doing things that you shouldn't have been doing. I was. I know I was. So I ain't gonna deny that. So we all have a part to play in the chaos that's going on in the world and the madness. We can't sit back and blame and look at the government and look at this person and look at that person. Yeah, them like the government, all them people, they manipulate and they're keeping this agenda going. Yeah, we know that. But what I'm saying is that we got a part to play. We don't just sit back and point the finger at them and just sit back and say, oh, if they just made things better, if they just accepted us as people. No, they're not going to, because they're not of that orientation. They're service to self. They just care about self. They just care about money. They just care about power. That's why they want to keep us down. They don't want us to wake up to our true existence of what we really are, because then they can't enslave us. They can't hold us. They can't do nothing. And there's more of us than them, believe it or not. There is. Because a lot of the people running around doing whatever they're doing, it's not really who they are. They do it because they're attached to a false character. They're pleasing people. They feel like they have to live up to a character that they've created. At some point they might have believed it, and then they might be feeling like they want to come out of certain things, and they feel like they can't because they got a fear. They're expected to be this way. You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, the things that we do, we're doing it for other people. We're not even doing it for ourselves. We think we are. And so you get more deep and you get more honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? We all have fed into that. So we all have to get honest about that. Doesn't matter if you're a leader or not. If you're a natural born leader, at some point you fell into some way of life that you shouldn't have. Majority of us. I'm sure there's some people that didn't, but majority of us, that grew up in the concrete jungle. See what I'm saying? I did, but that's not who I am. And that was holding me down, that was paralyzing me because I was vibrating. Don't get twisted, there's certain attributes that was my true self that I used to always vibrate in. You see what I'm saying? I was very honest and I always had my morals and I always kind of made people know that. But at the same time, I wasn't being fully, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't being fully honest with myself. I was still going to do the things that I didn't really want to do. I was still act a certain way because I thought that's what people expected from me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way I was growing up and whatever. I still fell into that stuff, even though I had the understanding. Me, I picked up on the first shift. This shift has been going on since back in 2003. I picked up on the shift back then. I was 13 years old. I was researching back then times. But obviously, it was more just my kind of thing. Then I'd talk about to certain people, and certain people knew me, but I wouldn't talk about it openly about lots of the things that I knew about. Because number one, I knew people wouldn't believe me. I did speak about it to some people, and I realized people don't believe, and I get into debates and arguments and all that type of stuff. So people wouldn't believe me, and I started to realize that not a lot of people knew about this stuff. I'm talking about back in 03, 04. I was looking up Illuminati, Egypt, symbolism, all that. So all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was into all that stuff. Credo Matwa, talking about aliens and Anunnaki, David. That's where I started. I started off back then. I was always attracted to them things, you know what I'm saying? I got my tattoo when I was 13 years old, the aint. So it was always within me, but I was still living the double life. I was still had this understanding, but I still was living that double life. I still was doing other stuff, and even though I was quite open about this stuff, I speak about it to my friends, and look what I just found out about this and that, and you see what I'm saying? I was always like that, but I weren't ready. I weren't ready to let go of the character. You know what I'm saying? I weren't ready, but I am now, and I feel free. I feel free. I don't feel like I have to worry about what that man's thinking, that woman's thinking. I'm just in my own world doing my own thing, you know. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's freedom. This is the captivity they're talking about in the Bible. It's the captivity of oneself. With the ego, we paralyzed, we're caught in these traps within ourselves that we feel like we have to live up to this, and we have to do things a certain way, talk a certain way, act a certain way, can't express our crazy, we all got a little crazy side and a little spontaneous kind of side that we just want to let out, and we got to be, you know what I'm saying, in society it's like you got to be modest, everyone's got to be so quiet, you got to be so, you just got to be something that you're not. That's basically what I'm trying to say. From when you came out, from when you was born, everybody taught you to be something, you know. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to learn this, you got to sit. It was never like, what are you? Who are you? Just embrace, just show me that. You never get told that. I didn't. I ain't blaming none of them people there because they didn't really know what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? They were stuck. They was in the illusion, and we was a product of it. Same way we would do it to our kids if we're not careful. We will program them. It's not the TV. It's not the government. It's us as the parents. We program the kids unknowingly. We don't know we're doing it. You see what I'm saying? So we got a part to play, and we got to stand up, and we got to make a stand. And it's coming to that time. Time's running out. I'll be straight up and down. Time's running out. There's no time to play. When you get that feeling inside that you want to make these changes, but you're just putting it off. Oh, let me make this little money. Let me do this. Let me do that before I change. There's no time. I can assure you there's no time. I was doing that stuff myself, and I had to give myself that talk. Tell myself, there's no time. Stop playing. Stop procrastinating. What are you waiting for? You know what you're here to do. You know what I'm saying? You've known since you were back 13 years old. You've been denying it to yourself. You've been doubtful. I had to talk to myself like that. Grow up. Do what you're here to do. What God sent you here to do. Not what these people want you to do. Do what God sent you here to do. The divine force that's within you. The only thing you're going to be connected with, the only real love you're ever going to have, the real connection, the only thing that you're going to leave with, that's going to be with you, that's going to guide you, Why would you want to impress other human beings when you can just live from your divineness, your divine life purpose, and fulfill that and be fulfilled? You see what I'm saying? It's that time, people, man. It's that time. Keep saying it. And I'm saying it to myself. When I talk to you, I'm talking to myself. You see what I'm saying? Something great happening. There's something so beautiful ahead of us, and we're just we're just clutching on to these little old things that just don't serve us, and we know they don't because we've been doing it for how long? We've been in this for how long? And look at the world. Look at the world. You see what I'm saying? People are working jobs they don't want to do. People are walking around stressed, looking like they're already dead. You see what I'm saying? This is all because we're doing things, living lives every day, waking up doing things we don't want to do. No one's living their true life purpose. It's not about being rich and on top of the world all the time, even though that's abundance. And yeah, we need that. And you got family, you got kids to feed, you got things that you want to do. Yeah, of course you need money. But what I'm trying to say is that you don't sacrifice your whole life doing something that you hate to get a paycheck. And it's not even big money. That's, even though that's like irrelevant whether it's big or not. Like, I would rather do something that I love and have a, you know what I'm saying, have a living where I can do all the things that I love to do. I can look after my family. I can do everything I need to do. But I love what I do, and I'm helping people. And I'm reaching out. I'm touching people. I'd rather do that than do something I hate just for the money, just so I'm rich, so I can stunt on other people. That's not me. It's never been me anyway. So there's a calling coming out to us. There's a calling. There's a calling coming out from the divine forces, from God, from the angels, from above, from within. And a lot of us are not listening to it, procrastinating. I was procrastinating. You see what I'm saying? I got to kick myself up the arse all the time because I'll try and get out of doing what I know I should do. Why? Because of this program that we're in. See what I'm saying? The program to always doubt yourself, doubt your intuition, and only listen to survival thinking. Oh, I've got to get this tomorrow. If I don't do this, then I'm gonna lose this. And then if that happens, that's the ego. Always fearful, always panicking, always like, oh, I've got to do this because if not, I'm gonna lose this. There's always some type of like loss or fear when it comes to the ego. You just quiet that down. Listen to your true self, true purpose. You know what to do. But it takes courage to speak up, speak your truth, speak it from here, from your heart, speak it. You know what I'm saying? If you've got to get your crystals to open up your chakras, and you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, man. In this time now. We've been playing around too much, man. Procrastinating. Not just this lifetime. I mean, many lifetimes we've been playing around. And it feels so good when you just be yourself. It feels so good. Instead of having to play a character for false people who are insecure. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather. I'm insecure. I don't like myself, so I become something else. That means that everybody I'm hanging around is going to be the same. Everyone I know is going to be the same in some type of level. Some might be more deeper into it, but we're still going to be the same, roughly. Playing an ego, playing a character, because we feel this is what the world wants of us. Which was, we needed it at one time. We needed the ego at one time. Childhood, going through certain difficulties. I went through difficulty. So I had to become a certain character to get through it. But then I ended up getting attached to that character and forgetting what I originally was before that character had to come into place to kind of look after the little vulnerable child that was going through certain things. It's like a parent in a way, taking over. That's what the ego done. So you can't hate it either. or reject it, you gotta accept your ego as well. Accept the part of you that's a bit, you know what I mean, whatever. Accept your shadow side, the part that you've been trying to hide. Accept that, and it will come out in a healthy manner. When you reject it, it comes out in an unhealthy manner. So yeah, people, man. I love you all. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I've decided, you know what? I'm gonna do what I'm really here to do. I'm here to teach. I'm here to set examples. I'm a pathfinder. I'm here to find the path and show it to others. So I've always done it since I was a kid. You see what I'm saying? I always done it. Like I said, I've been researching from Fane. I've always been doing it. But I just thought I was just some guy that was into stuff like that. And then one day I had a little awakening and things. I realized certain things about myself. But even since then, it took a couple years to accept the things about myself. In my case, I don't know. Other people might do it quicker or slower. In my case, it took a bit long. I had a very big ego. I had to get over it. You know what I'm saying? I had to accept it. But anyway, peace and blessings, people, and try to stay in the light. I know it's tempting out there to do the dark stuff. I know. I've been there. I know it's tempting, and it's hard to get out of. It doesn't bring you happiness. It doesn't bring you what you want. It's like you're just doing it, and you know you're gonna get out of it one day, but you're like, oh, let me just keep on doing it, just rinse it until I just let go of it. Trust me. That's what I done, and it caused me suffering, and I had to get to the suffering, go down, get back up, and now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So, peace and love, people, and I hope you have a good evening. And I'll catch up. I'll be posting. I'm gonna start posting 3 times a week. I'm gonna let you know the days about what days they are. I've got an idea, but when I'm 100% sure, I'm gonna put it up on the page, and you lot will know. All right. But like and subscribe, support my channel because it is gonna be big, and I'm gonna start. Like I said, start uploading 3 times a week and start really. I'm just gonna do what I have to do for the people, for myself, and for the people, for humanity, for all of us. Speak truth, love and light. That's it. That's all I want to do. Family, relationships, raise the vibration. Stop being fake. Stop being something that you know what I'm saying, that we thought that we had to attach to at some point to get through certain difficulties in life. Like, forgive ourselves for making that decision. You see what I'm saying? Forgive yourself for it. Don't hate yourself for it, and move on. Let go of that character. That character's there. He, like, you know what I mean? Just put him to sleep and wake up the true you. Put that one to sleep and resurrect the true you. Because you're all great. Every single one of you. But you got to believe it yourself. That's the thing. You got to believe it yourself. No one ain't going to believe you unless you believe yourself. Anyway, peace out, people, man. I love you all.